Starting a blog does not have to be that complicated, and in fact, most people make blogging a lot more challenging than it needs to be. So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step exactly how to set up a blog in the next few minutes, and then we're going to talk about what are the best ways to actually grow and make your blog successful for what you build it for. After that, we'll take a look at what are the results you can expect to achieve from blogging and how much money you can make with your own personal blog. All right, so the first thing that you're absolutely going to want to do is register a domain name. My favorite place to get this done is a site called NameSilo. If you do a quick Google search for that, you'll find it no problem. Okay, so I want you to click on NameSilo and then go to the create an account right at the top right of this website. Now, I'm not going to waste your time here. You just want to fill out your information to get a free account going, and this account doesn't cost you anything to set up, so don't worry about that. What you are going to have to pay for is the domain name itself. Now, as far as prices go, NameSilo is very reasonable. I know some other sites out there like GoDaddy, for example, they lure you in with a really cheap price, but then after you've paid for the website, they charge you a very dramatically increased rate in each following year. So you really got to be careful that you're picking an honest, reputable, and basically a site that's not going to screw you over in future years. So NameSilo, I've never had a problem with. They have the same price year after year after year, and it's about $8 per year, so you're looking at around 75 cents per month. Okay, so as far as domains go, my website is brendanmace.com. It's just my first and my last name.com, and that's the one that I decided at the time, you know what, nobody's registered for my name. I'm going to create a site with my name on it, with my branding, okay? And having your first and last name is not a bad option for you. Another good option is something that would just be more creative or brand worthy. You really don't want to go into keyword focused areas. You kind of just want to have something that's more cool and that people are going to want to follow and be a part of. So you might think of, I saw a website the other day that really got my attention that was called The World Is My Office. .com, and for internet marketing, that's kind of a cool branding, cool message to kind of get to readers. But the last thing that you want to have is you don't want to have a website that's basically just like ATM generator machine. Okay, if you pick a site like that, it's not really going to breed much trust, and you're going to have a much more difficult time growing a following. So pick something that sounds cool. The domain name example that I've come up with is bendybanter.com. Now, I'm 100% sure that you could come up with a better domain name than this, so I challenge you, come up with something better than Bendy Banter. I know it's a high bar right there. The next thing on the list that you need is a hosting service. Now, the best budget hosting provider that I've used is a site called HostGator. So do a Google search for that, go to this website, and you're going to need to set up an account here as well. So you just click on the Get Started Now button, and then you basically have one small option to consider here. Do you want the hatchling plan where you're only going to be able to have one website in the entire hosting account forever? Or do you think that there's a chance in the future that you're going to have more than one website? Well, my recommendation is that the baby plan allows you to have as many websites as you want, and it's barely any more money. So for most cases, I would recommend that you get the baby plan. Now, when you sign up for this, it's going to cost you, like it shows you there, about $6 per month. I can show you how to get a little bit of a discount on your order. But before we do that, there's a couple things that we have to do first. So first of all, let's switch over to I already own this domain, and then just plug in there the domain that you registered with NameSilo. After you've done that, the next thing that you're really going to want to change is where it says choose a hosting plan. You want to pick a billing cycle that's reasonable and affordable for you today. So by default, HostGator is going to ask for 36 months at once. It's going to give you a reasonable discount for that, but paying 36 months worth of hosting is going to be kind of expensive. So for most people, I recommend that you just pick 3 to 6 months for now, and then you can always add on more months later. So I would select maybe just 3 months for now, fill out the rest of this information. When you get to add additional services, they have 2 services that are checked here. I will tell you that for my own personal account, I have unchecked these additional services. Maybe you feel like they're worth it. In my opinion, you really don't need them, and they're just extra money that you're basically wasting. So uncheck those to save a little bit of money. And then when you get down to the bottom, you're going to see this enter a coupon code. Okay, so at this coupon code, you want to put in the coupon get 25 off your bill. So click on that get 25 off your bill to validate your coupon, and you're going to get a better price on your hosting. It's only going to cost you about $26 for 3 months worth of hosting through HostGator. So all you have left to do now is set up your WordPress site. Okay, now to do this, you just log into your control panel, which you'll get after registering for HostGator. Then you click on this button here that says Get Started with WordPress. I'm not going to waste your time in this video. It's very easy to set up, and in a matter of a couple minutes, you will have your WordPress site. The next thing that you'll definitely want to have is a good look and feel for your website. So as you would expect, if your website looks terrible, then not very many people are going to trust you or your message, because part of the experience of being professional and growing a blog is the image and the presentation that you have behind it. Now, I'm going to be sharing the WordPress theme that I use, as well as good places to get good quality premium themes. If you are on a shoestring budget and you don't want to pay anything for themes, there are free theme options for you. So if you're in your WordPress dashboard here, after you get WordPress set up, you just want to hover over where it says Appearance, and then you want to click on Themes. When you click on that Themes button, you basically, to find those free themes, you want to click on this Add New button. Once you've clicked on that, you're going to see a bunch of options here. All of these themes are 100% free to use. All you have to do is find the one that you want and then just click on the Install button, and that's it. If you want to get a good taste of what each theme offers before you decide to install it, you can always click this Preview button, and then it'll give you an idea of how your site would look with this particular theme. Now, if on the other hand, you do have a little bit of a budget that you want to allocate towards what your site looks like, then I would recommend that you get a premium WordPress theme. Now, the best themes that I can recommend to you are known as StudioPress themes. So if you go to the StudioPress website, and I'll leave a link on the top corners there in the link description below, you can click on this button here that says Shop for Themes. Now, if you look through here, there's a bunch of really awesome options for you. The one that I chose for BrendanMace.com is called Magazine Pro, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. Now, that's not to say that Magazine Pro is the best theme. They have a bunch of really awesome, cool looking themes here. So you just really want to find the right theme for your blogging purpose. If you take a look at the theme on the right here, this would be a great theme for food, right? And then the one on the left here, this would be really great for tutorials or marketing or something that really benefits from a simplistic design. If you do decide to go with a premium theme, you just want to click on this Upload Theme button, and you will get the file for your theme after you make the purchase at StudioPress. You select that file, and it's going to upload it into your website. Any blog posts that you decide to create are really easy to add. All you would do in this case is you would hover over the Posts button, and then you click on Add New, or you can click directly on the Post button. After you do that, it's going to give you a list of your already existing posts. Yours will pretty much be empty if you've just started your WordPress site. Then you click on the Add New button for a new post. And then all you would do here is enter the title of your post. Let's say I wanted to create a post on Kindle publishing. I would say something like Make Money with Kindle Publishing. Okay. And I'd have some kind of attention grabbing headline. And yes, the headline makes a huge impact on how many visitors you get, because that's the first piece of information they have before they decide to visit your website. After that, we'd create the content in the box here. WordPress actually makes this really, really easy for us. It functions just like Microsoft Word. So you basically do your typing in here where you'd say like, this is my example content on Kindle publishing. And if I wanted to add in here a YouTube video, that would be really easy. I would just have to get into my YouTube URL here. So any YouTube link that you put in here is going to automatically display the video for you, which is very simple. And if you want to have an image in your post, which I also highly recommend because people are very drawn and attracted to images, then you just select this Add Media button at the top, and you would then just click on Upload Files and upload the image that you wanted to make. I'm going to use a pre-existing photo here just to show you how it works. So I would insert this into the post, and then boom, I have my image right into my blog post. Now, if I wanted to make this bold, or I wanted to underline, or I want to do any of that stuff, like I said, it functions exactly like Microsoft Word. So you just click the bold button, the underline, italics, any of that kind of stuff. You can also do really funky stuff like change the color of your text, change the formatting, move around where your text is so you can move it to the right side if you want, or any of that stuff. I really don't recommend that you go too crazy. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you want your content to exceed by having more of a simplistic approach, but adding images and videos is a nice touch, especially at the start of your post to draw people in, because the numbers behind this is when a new visitor goes to a new website for the first time, they're really only there for about 3 or 4 seconds before they decide whether they're going to continue or leave, right? So you want the first 3 or 4 seconds of people reading your content to be really mind-blowing so that they are actually convinced and persuaded to keep going. So part of that is your writing ability, and part of that is the presentation of the posts themselves. As far as your blog promotion goes, there's actually a few things you can do. Now, one of the first powerful things you can do is known as guest posting. The way this works is you find a site in your niche area. So for me, it's internet marketing. And then you basically need to find a site that has lots and lots of traffic. Now, a good example of this is Matthew Woodward, and this is where I have had a guest post in the past, and I'll share you the results from that in a little bit. So basically, Matthew Woodward's blog gets around 60,000 visitors per month. So it's quite a high trafficked blog. And he actually makes a little over 20,000 per month from this blog. So literally it's over a 6-figure per year blog in the internet marketing space. All you have to do is find somebody like this with this kind of audience and this kind of traffic. You basically contact them directly, have a post that would be a great fit for their blog, and say, hey, this is a powerful, really cool blog that your readers are going to love. I'll give it to you 100% on the house, 100% free. All you have to do is publish it with links back to my blog. So I did this on Matthew Woodward's site, and you can see here this is a blog post from me. And if you scroll down here, you'll notice this was actually a very high quality post. So site owners and blog owners that have really high traffic audience sites are not going to do this for you unless you give them a post that's worth publishing on their blog. So I created a full length post here. It's like about 5,000 words about basically making money online. And then I said, Matthew, like, you can post this on your blog, not a problem. And then basically Matthew allowed me to have links from the blog post back to my blog. And right at the very beginning, I introduce myself in this blog post and I say, hey, my name's Brendan Mace. I run the BrendanMace.com website and the Brendan Mace YouTube channel, so I'm getting exposure to as many places as possible. And then when I end the post, I say the exact same thing. So I say, hey, good talking to you guys. If you want more tutorials exactly like this one, go to my site right here, okay? Now, what's end up happening from this is I've literally got over several thousand visitors over time from this blog post, and I still get visitors from this blog post to this day. Now, the really cool thing is a couple thousand visitors, first of all, that would be very, very expensive to buy from Facebook ads or Google AdWords or any of that kind of stuff, but it's also laser targeted, very powerful traffic because you have traffic that's not just cold, that's having a first exposure to you or your branding. You have people that have already got a taste of what you offer, and they're going from a space that they already trust as well and moving over to your site. So if you look at referral traffic, you're going to notice that visitors from referral traffic end up staying on your website for a lot longer of a period of time. So look here, I have from Matthew's site, I have an average session duration of 4 minutes and 31 seconds. Now my average session duration from all sources of traffic, so not just referral traffic, but all traffic, is under 2 minutes. So over double the amount of time per session, and I also get more pages per session as well. So basically you're getting traffic that is hyper responsive. And I'll show you, I'll move the dates here so you can actually see overall how much traffic I've gotten from this guest post. So overall, it ends up working out to just a little over 2,000 visitors, but I'm still getting traffic from this to this day. Another fantastic promotion strategy is known as the Skyscraper method. Now, if you haven't heard of the Skyscraper method before, it's very simple, okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to a site called BuzzSumo, and I have absolutely no affiliation with this website. They do offer a free trial where you can test it out and see how it works. Basically, you're going to use BuzzSumo to find out what content in your niche is the most popular, has the most social shares. So you're actually researching before you create the content, what's the kind of content that's going to be well received and what people are actually going to want to see, okay? Then you find out what posts are getting the most social shares. Once you have that information, all you have to do is create a post that fits what people are looking for, but make the post even better than the original examples that you found. So when I use BuzzSumo, I created a blog post that was about getting more YouTube views because I actually found out that there's a lot of people looking for and sharing posts about getting lots of YouTube traffic. So what I did was I looked at posts that got lots of shares and I created a blog post myself that's even better than the blog posts I found on BuzzSumo. So I created a full-length post here. It's about 5,000 words with a bunch of really solid, high-quality information that will basically help people that are looking for this topic. And I made it even better than what else I found out there. The next thing that you can do, and you can do this with BuzzSumo, is that you can actually contact the people that have shared those posts. So if you find somebody that's made a post about getting more YouTube views and it's got lots of shares, you can actually message the people that shared that post and say, hey, like, I noticed that you found this topic interesting. Would you care to have a look at my blog post that covers this in really high detail? Now, the really cool thing about this strategy is you're going to get a lot of social shares. And my Twitter, they actually abandoned this where you can actually show the results of how many tweets you got. But Twitter was actually my highest number there. So I got over 100 social shares. But the cool thing is I didn't just get social shares from Joe Blow and random people around the internet. I also got a few people that have significant audiences themselves that shared this blog post with their audience. So this post ended up getting a lot more traffic than an average post at BrendonMace.com. Now, to further ramp this up even further, I don't like wasting a bunch of time because if you follow my stuff, you know that I'm making a full-time income from online marketing now, and I don't like to waste too much of my time on small tasks. So I actually purchased the services of somebody to do this for me. So I basically outsourced a VA from the Philippines to go out there and contact people that had shared posts that were similar to mine for $5 per hour. So for $5 per hour, I ended up buying, I think, like 5 or 6 hours from this guy, and he went out there and did all this for me. Well, I made more in affiliate sales from this post than I paid this outsourcer. So essentially, I was able to promote my blog post for free. I got a lot of extra social shares and a lot of extra traffic, and because that extra traffic led to more sales, I ended up being able to get all that extra traffic at no expense out of my pocket. But whatever you choose to do with your blog, the thing that's going to have the biggest impact is just that you have high quality posts on topics that your audience actually wants to read. So you have to do a little bit of a brainstorm and think, what does my audience want to know more about? And then you basically just pick those topics and then write very high quality blog posts on those topics. If your blog has high quality stuff, it's going to pick up speed and get those results a lot easier and a lot faster. And speaking of results, your traffic is going to gradually pick up over time. So you'll notice in my last 30 days, I got a little over 6,600 visits to my blog. Now, this didn't come overnight, and this isn't a fantastic result either. So I still even have a lot of work left to do. I will tell you that these 6,600 visits have led to a good amount of affiliate sales. They've also amounted to a lot of free subscribers to my email list. My email list is where I make the majority of my income. So I'm using the blogging platform to build my authority, to get my traffic and my audience going, and then I'm figuring out the right way to monetize this traffic. Now, to you, you might use something like Google Ads to make money from your traffic. So you basically just have advertisements in some of your posts, and that's where you get your revenue from. Or you might adopt a list building strategy like I have. If you prefer to go the list building route, which in my opinion, it's a lot more money and you can do it very easily, and it's going to basically like 10 times your results, then I have a lot of other list building videos on my channel where I can show you in depth how to create an email list that makes as much money as possible in as short a period of time. So if you're interested in that, check out those videos, and I'll leave a link on both corners there to show you a really good one to start off with, okay? I hope that you've enjoyed this video today on blogging. Please let me know in your feedback in the comment section whether there's something that you would like to know more information about that I didn't cover in this video, or just give me a note about what you thought about the tutorial itself, what you would like to see for a future video on the Brendan Mace YouTube channel. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. If you want a ton of internet marketing videos, how to create a website, how to build a list, who cares? Whatever you want in Make Money Online, I pretty much have all of it. My YouTube channel has over 80 videos now. You can find out what you're looking for, and I can show you what you need to know. So make sure, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel on the right side there, or subscribe below, and get started doing what you want to do online so that you don't have to do what you don't want to do in a cubicle. I hope this has been good for you. I'll see you guys soon.